Gentlemen, RNG IG. I've been waiting for this one. Let's get into it. The historic matchup continues. 8-3 here for IG. 5-5 for RNG. Recency does not support them, where IG are coming off a bit of a win streak here with 3 series under the belt. On blue side, IG already taking away the karma from Xiaohu. Twisted Fate as well. Very targeted towards the mid laner.
Yep, seems IG are acknowledging how much influence Xiaohu's going to have on this matchup and how good he is in the mid lane with influencing other lanes in the jungle. For the side of RNG, don't be fooled, right? That Kalista ban is obviously targeted at Puff, as well as TheShy, who is still spamming that champion in solo queue. And the Aphelios coming out as well is just expected. I
mean, the fun fact is that, you know, Kalista is in the top 50% of banned against of IG. Always has been, always will be.
I still check his OPGG all the time, especially I do tend to cast IG a lot. I check it every time I do, and he still plays this champion all the damn time.
You know, he's 5-0 in the LPL on it. No one's beaten his Kalista in this league, so very well deserved to be banned. And with the targeting towards Bards, Syndra left open, and Rookie will get a favorite of his.
And that's great, because this is obviously a very strong contested pick for Xiaohu as well, so it's going to be massive. Rookie going to be able to take over this game by himself. And now, where does RNG go? I'd love to see the Ashe pick, right? Gives you a lot of proactive options, how you can play around the map. We don't see it too much with going towards mid, but that is always there as well, since Syndra is an immobile mid lane champion.
Other interesting part is that Puff is an Ezreal player as well, and has been for a while in the LPL, so that might just be a trade-off as Galio priority for RNG.
Yeah, and that's interesting, which I feel like we've been seeing so much Galio. I remember there was one day where we had TF versus Galio almost every single game. So Xiaohu going to go back towards that option of influencing the map, and the fact that we have an Ashe, you assume it's not going to be this more peel-oriented Galio. We're going to pair it with something that could get on the carries of IG and attack the map, and you highlighted the Ezreal despite the nerfs. Puff has always been an Ezreal player because he's not too much known for getting in harm's way. He doesn't want to play back, play from a distance. He needs a lot of self-peel because he knows his team does not play for him.
Well, RNG, a bit of priority on the solo lanes here, already picked on up. Now, Ming in the past has played Galio support, but we'll hold this as a solo laner for now. While RNG start banning away what they don't want the Wukong to go into.
And this is a great pick because IG actually do ban out Wukong a lot on second rotation, because if you don't watch it very often, TheShy does not play Wukong. So IG bans his champion all the time, going to ban out the strong matchups against it. And I like that they picked this up, right? Because we said, hey, the fact that they have an Ashe, we assume it's going to be a very proactive and engage-oriented Galio. The Wukong pairs with that so well.
And I just love that RNG didn't pick up an early Renekton like we've seen on red side before, which puts the trap of TheShy just pulling Quinn in immediately. So he's also played a lot of that AD carry, but you talk about the setup there for RNG with the Wombo denying some themselves with the IG ban of Kennen against TheShy again.
And now I want to see if RNG go towards jungle, because obviously the Volibear is a flex pick for IG, but I'd say it's been a lot more Ning-oriented. TheShy's only played it once, to our Ning's played it 4 times. So just going towards something like the Graves here would be really nice for the side of RNG, and there we go.
Okay, built up some AD damage here for RNG and for Xiaolong Bao to succeed.
I mean, the thing I love about this pick, right, is we've already set up, you have the aggressive options to bring Galio in. You now have a really strong 2v2 with Xiaohu able to lock down TheShy, and then Xiaolong Bao coming in for all the damage. So we have a lot of like interesting ways this comp's going to interact with each other.
A lot of angles to explore for RNG so far. For IG though, TheShy on Mordekaiser wasn't a thing until recently. I believe this will be his 2nd game.
I'm pretty sure that was his first time ever in his career, if I remember correctly.
He's like, now I can play this champion.
And he played it so well, and it was so nice to see, because seeing TheShy play a champion that could play by itself, that can survive dives, can survive ganks because you have the Death Realm, and still show up in team fights is absolutely massive. Of course, does great into the Wukong as well.
And we have to remember, we don't know what we're going to expect with TheShy, and I'm not talking about kills and deaths. I'm talking about his champ pool. 14 unique champions so far in the summer split, as the Sett will round out the support position. I want to talk about IG's comp in a second after we see RNG facilitate this all-in that's already built up.
Yeah, I want to see where Ming goes, because you could go with something obvious like maybe a Nautilus, or if he wants to branch out. I guess with the Karma gone, there's no obvious like mage support answer. You would expect just putting more frontline and more engage along with what you already have.
Thinking about it for a bit here. RNG, 2 seconds. Tahm, Kench. Okay, so Galio, of course, in the solo lane. That Tahm Kench bit of safety built bot.
It's very interesting for me for the reason that IG's comp to me looks like it wants RNG to play into them. Mordekaiser is the type of champion who does a lot better when the team's coming into him. You can pull someone into the death realm, isolate them. Ezreal obviously wants champions to come into him. Syndra can really play out either way, but you don't have any real set engage for the side of IG, right? It's Ning or Baolan running in or finding a flank, something along those lines. So very conditional draft coming in. So the Tahm Kench is a bit weird, but I still like RNG's draft overall because we have the engage tools coming out. We talked about the mid-jungle 2v2 dynamics. You have an ability to get on top of IG, and it seems like the Tahm Kench is just there to like save people from whether it's not Scatter the Weak, the Unleash Power or something along those lines.
Just an extra tool in the arsenal, I guess.
Exactly.
We talked about the different directions of RNG. You got the Tahm Kench to round it all out. In the past, RNG, especially during spring, we were criticizing the drafting. We've come into summer and it feels like it's been a bit more rounded, I'd say. Tabe being the stage coach and the face recently of RNG and the spanner behind the works. While for IG, we've talked a lot about Coach Fly in the past. And I'm excited to run into this one. I'm scared because every time we come into IG RNG, I can't contain myself. 30 kills averaging in 2019. Game 3 was the limit in 2020 spring. And now in summer, I want to do it again. IG and RNG. We're running into this one head first to see where it takes us here in the LPL 2020 summer. Fans out, and we get our Gyos. That's what I love as well.
I miss the like famous ex-pros showing up in our Gyos. That was always cool. Or the dogs.
We got like TheShy. Let Me was in one of them as well.
We had Quickshot's dog.
Yeah, Quickshot's dog was here last week. That was interesting, or earlier in the week, I should say. Also, now that Uzi's retired, technically, we get an Uzi Gyo, but I'll be waiting for that one. Here in IG matchup, a matchup that in the past 7 series in a year and a half has gone to game 3 5 of the times. So expect this one to go the distance as well. As we welcome you to Summoner's Rift, Sir Ning in the jungle with press the attack. That's what I see, but apart from that, everything seems to be in order.
Yep, and the only thing that I want to point out very early on is, you know, if you haven't read 10.14, the Ezreal nerf is his E cooldown, got 3 seconds added in all ranks.
So 28 seconds.
So it is a pretty decently sized nerf, and you're going to have to play a lot more careful around the windows where you can go aggressive.
I'm going to bring you into the reality of this game, though, because a bit of an invade start from Xiaohu. TheShy is not going to lane. Instead, he wants to take this away, but a smite will be available. Rather, just path back to his lane. Xiaohu hits 2 and steals away the blue buff, while GALA in a bit of trouble. Tahm Kench, though, level 1 is pretty big, and Baolan, I'm not sure you know what the champion does, even though you played it a lot in the past.
And that was massive for the side of RNG. A 2v2 kill at level 1 is not something we expected to see. And think about this. They've cut the map. They're playing around the top side. Xiaohu is in IG's top side jungle, and their bot lane just got a 2v2 kill.
And that kill went over to GALA. And when we talked about GALA being the new addition to RNG, boy, oh boy, what a start, considering TheShy now has to back in top as well.
You know what's really crazy to me is when we were going to go talk about win conditions, as we're seeing Xiaohu duel TheShy in the lower left corner of our screen, is the fact that for Ning, you'd really want to play around top and mid, in my opinion, because you're going to have priority in the mid lane. We know Syndra's going to push in the Galio. Mordekaiser should start beating Wukong very early on in this matchup, and you're going to have tools around there to play through topside. You're a Volibear, so you want to look for this counter jungling. You took press the attack, so you want to play very aggressively, but still now not going to have anything on his topside to go towards.
They are going to bump heads here, though. End of the line does quite a lot of damage, and Xiaohu in the vicinity. Ning brings down the Sky Splitter, but now both junglers know where each other are. It's going to be bottom scuttle for Ning, while back to his own camp to clear for Xiaohu.
Yep, and now Xiaohu going to head back to the top half of the map.
So, tell me what teams want to do, because we talked about RNG's all-in, we talked about their engage, but at what point should we be looking out for, what, Galio ulti, level 6s on the map? What do you think?
So when you look at RNG's comp, the thing that jumps out for you first is, again, they have an amazing ability to gank mid lane. They have the CC coming out from Xiaohu. Rookie didn't take cleanse, so if he does get taunted, Xiaohu just gets to unload all his bursts. So if he goes for early ganks, we should expect it mid. But RNG's comp is a lot more about the level 6 point, right? It's all about Galio coming in with his ultimate.
Oh no, News made a grave mistake. Press the attack enabled, looking for the Wukong. Flashes over, Ning matches it as well, but the smoke screen so well done from Xiaohu saves his top laner's life.
Yeah, still that was massive for the side of IG. TheShy going to get so much pressure from this. Now New is going to be forced to use his TP as well, like TheShy already had earlier.
And then he won't have any summoners whatsoever.
Still is going to have an item advantage, so TheShy is going to need to look for a recall right now. So there's a small window where Xiaohu can come look for a gank topside because, look, we have double longsword for New compared to nothing for TheShy.
Yep. No pots
and TheShy has to walk back to lane. There's no TP anymore.
Very true.
But going back to...
Shielded Durand used. Scatterweek not going to do anything. The Winds of War. Good trade against Rookie from Xiaohu. As we talked about how competitive these two mid laners will be throughout the series. Good to see Xiaohu holding up in CS so far.
I'm just paying attention. I'll say I'm paying attention to this to see if Xiaohu actually goes back. We got to keep in mind Ning is on the top side as well.
Oh, Hex Flash over the wall though. Baolan once again. Scatter the Weak connects, and with Face Breaker, bit of potential onto Xiaohu. Ignite's going to be dropped on down. Xiaohu has his flash, but he wants to dodge the Haymaker. The auto almost seals the deal with the Ignite ticking over. But a good dodge. Xiaohu survives, but he has no TP. He's got to walk back to lane while top side. TheShy wants to go in with Ning on the wing. Xiaohu has no mana. Sky Splitter down onto this duo as re-engage from New. Ning getting turned on, but Death Grasp brings him to kill the jungler. And TheShy, even with his shield, he's going to die as well. Through the minion wave, RNG take 2.
And we were praising Ning so much.
But Rookie and Baolan are going to try and turn around. Scatter the Weak dodged away from, but not the face breaker. 2 quick punches. Rookie with an auto. He picks up his first kill of the game, and New is out.
I mean, that's still a massive win for the side of RNG to pick up so many kills. And, you know, we did see Xiaohu have to blow flash earlier on. Of course, Xiaohu and New did lose it out as well. But still, right now we're at a 1.2k gold lead at 6 minutes for RNG.
Baolan had to make the roam as well, so he's left Puff in an awkward position in this bottom lane.
And that was just not pleasant to watch from Ning trying so aggressively to run forward onto Xiaohu. Obviously wasn't able to pull it off, but... You know, one thing for IG I like is we see Baolan playing towards mid, and this is something Southwind never did. And it just, Southwind was a lot more about sitting in lane, he'd play with Puff, and I guess the worst part is when you're dedicating so much time to lane, but not a lane-dominant bot lane, it is quite disappointing to where you look at like Hope and Mako early on, or even in spring, Mako doesn't roam much, but Hope and Mako are getting 2v2 kills in lane.
Oh yeah, they're big bottom lane, right?
Exactly.
Like we can even talk about, I guess, the newly formed support in PP God.
Exactly, same.
He has dominance through lane, but also roams.
Yeah.
So
to where Southwind definitely just sat in lane, and Baolan now coming back into the roster, making a lot of these moves around mid that we saw. And when your mid laner is Rookie, who is, I would say, the best laning mid laner and the second best mid laner overall in the LPL, obviously after Knight, this is the guy you need to play around.
Obviously, I had a controversial tweet recently naming Knight and Rookie as the top in the LPL in the world. To go beyond that, but Rookie's been playing really well. As Ming going to be dodging a lot of damage here thanks to the Grey Shield. But GALA and Ming actually have a lead in this lane, plus the earlier First Blood. The Vampire Acceptor makes it very easy at this point.
And this is where we want to start seeing RNG play around the globals, right? Xiaohu is level 6, so we'll have an easy time to find kills in the bot lane once GALA does pick up that level 6 as well. He can even support Xiaohu's counter jungling, as we see, which is going to allow him to start picking up these dragons. And one thing we've talked about a lot with Ashe, Tahm, Kench especially, is it'd be nice to see them making global plays to other sides of the map. Not necessarily top, right? It's a Mordekaiser, but going mid. Rookie doesn't have cleanse. See GALA show up in mid lane, throw down that enchanted crystal arrow, set up for a taunt from Xiaohu.
Hang on. Cyclone top. Ning's coming in though. Will TheShy survive long enough? The Death Realm was already used. Sky Splitter in, and Ning trying to focus topside, but New's just safe behind the turret walls.
But this is what we thought would happen, right? We talked about, hey, this is where Ning's going to have his pressure. This is where he needs to play around. This is how bot lane should go, right? Ashe is just going to constantly spam volleys. We see the trading power of Tahm, Kench in lane, so they're going to have constant prio in the bot side. And now it's just about IG trying to get more in the top half of the map. I feel like for RNG, their comp spikes really hard, like around this point, the level 6 mark through the 1 item mark, and they need to build advantages from here. To where for IG, it's going to be tough because I feel like it's very good in the mid and late game, but it is reliant on getting on objectives first and forcing RNG to come into you. Because as we've said, it is no way of running into RNG's comp.
Well, at the very least for IG, getting on the Rift Herald first here for Ning, who picks it up after dying earlier in the game, means that he has an avenue to hit through mid. Rookie a bit low on mana, but just needs to clear the wave or draw Xiaohu in. Unleash power use. Scatter the Weak connects as well. Ning wants to dive. Storm Splitter, Sky Splitter. Everything's splitting at this point. And Ning will get the kill onto Xiaohu.
And this is so beautiful to see. I absolutely love that IG are putting resources into mid. Great combo coming out from Rookie to lock Xiaohu down. And now Ning might even just drop Herald now, but instead just going to opt for a back. I mean, you're not going to take the turret, but still.
But you got the kill. I mean, you got the kill under Ning. So
great play. Great play from IG overall.
Freeing up the lane that is going to pull you forward when you've now got a lost chapter on Rookie. And remember, he's also got a Dark Seal with 3 stacks.
Yeah, and this game has been so back and forth. As we can see, right? 2 to 3. We got a Dragon traded for a Herald.
This is a good game.
This is. I mean, can I say barn burner this time?
Yep.
This one is a.
This is already a barn burner.
It is. This is way different than last game.
So, what is your definition of a barn burner? Because I feel like a barn burner should be like, it's on fire, but we don't care.
Let's be honest. I called last series a barn burner because last series needed something positive.
Something burnt down.
It needed something there.
Yeah.
But
barn burner was not the right word though.
I mean, I feel like a barn burner makes me think of some awesome festival or concert and everything's awesome. People are breaking guitars and amplifiers and everything's exploding and it's amazing.
Yeah, for some reason all I think about is The Simpsons. I think about Cletus. So that's all I got.
Oh, wow.
But, yeah.
God.
Hey, while we bring you back to the game, while we have CS leads through mid and when we just talked about Rookie success, GALA's been playing this lane really well and we've seen how he's been kiting out Baolan and Puff through their, I guess, skill shots. 20 CS lead here with a Blade of the Ruined King on the way shortly. Well, Shalom Bao mid and China Crystal Arrow.
This is what we wanted.
Onto Rookie, and it lands. GALA sets up for the shield of Duran. And you know what? Rookie's going nowhere. GALA, you miracle man.
And this is what I always look for. If you listen to the LPL often, we always want to see these Ashe arrow plays on mid. We don't see them too often. And to me, it's what is the distinction between a good Ashe and a great Ashe. And it was amazing to see that RNG utilizing the tools they have available.
That is a great Ashe. GALA now sets himself up. And he picks up that assist as
now
well.
what RNG would hope to do is they just use bot lane to get pressure mid. Now they want to bring this pressure back from mid down to bot. We see that IG's bot lane is pushed out and overextended, but looks like instead Xiaohu's just going to go for a good reset.
Okay. Take the greedy new top side.
They do have vision of Ning on bot. Obviously, look at RNG's ward line is extremely good across the map right now. Look at that ward line, it's so beautiful.
It's clean.
Chef's kiss.
Okay. I think I heard it. You don't have to.
Joe always says it, though. Made me want to say it. But, yeah, IG finally going to drop this Herald mid, as we'd expect. Yep. We talk a lot about, globals in the mid lane, attacking those, setting him behind.
Ning also has ulti if this expands into anything else, but gold just shared between Rookie and Ning here, 160 apiece. And when Ning already has his jungle item, that feels pretty nice, but also it feels pretty good when you're Rookie building towards that first item, towards this next dragon.
Ooh, but we see a dive coming out. Both of these champions are amazing at dives. The ultimate from the Bear and obviously the Haymaker coming out from the Sett, but instead going to opt out.
You're talking about vision line. Feels like IG wanted to bait in the junglers. Watch this arrow again.
Look at this high-level production.
Oh.
Ult hit. They understand the window well. Xiaohu goes forward. Xiaolong Bao provides all the damage, and Rookie goes down. Again, it's like punch for punch with both teams right now. Small gold lead for RNG, small dragon lead for RNG.
Yep. It's built off the earlier play, but the next dragon is coming up in 15 seconds. Ning is bot side, and you can see RNG already set up. Xiaolong Bao waiting in awe. Or maybe an angst. As Ning going to be checking that brush. And RNG have advantage over the river.
Puff
Teleport was just used by new top.
Yeah, and Puff is not here, though. So it's kind of weird. So the Shy's just going to walk outright. You do feel like RNG have to give this one up, and it looks like they are.
Okay. Xiaolong Bao spotted out, and IG begin it.
And we are not going to get either of our favorite Drakes as the soul.
Oh, well.
Disappointing.
It's going to be
Cloud.
Watch it a Cloud soul, yep.
Oh.
Hey, I'm okay with that. For IG, with the way their front line's set up, that's a pretty good win if you can pick it up.
I mean, for both teams, there are going to be a lot of resistances on both sides. So, again, even ignoring Soul, just stacking up Mountain's going to be quite good for both sides.
3 apiece. All right, well, we've hit that 6 point for RNG. You talked about the one item. And the influence, we've already seen the enchant across the arrow come out. Now we need the hero's entrance from Xiaohu.
Exactly. And the thing is, like, the map state still doesn't change, right? Because we don't have any turrets going down. It's still, like, the same normal lane setup. So both the typical options are still available to both teams. RNG able to exert this pressure from bot onto mid, try and unlock Xiaohu to then, you know, make a play elsewhere. And for IG, I still feel like it really is hoping laners overextend or playing through mid, since as we saw with the earlier gank, Rookie is the one with great setup for the Volibear.
We're going to cross map plays. Ming just takes the big krug.
I feel like the next thing we're going to look at is just IG are going to get Rift Herald, and it looks like RNG are just going to posture to take this bottom side turret. Okay,
well, they're moving on in. Here comes Shalom. Teleport going to be burned as well. Puff just gets locked down against the corner. He's stuck around for too long and doesn't respect RNG.
And I think a lot of people remember, I think it was Frost who used to always talk about LPL Tahm Kench being used as these aggressive dive champions because you have the Devour there to get someone out of harm's way. Great to see this play from RG.
As now on the transition, it's Xiaohu's caught out. He goes golden, but Scatter the Week getting lined on up. Flashes away in time. Shield of Duran for the re-engage. Shalom Bao has a lot of damage at this point with GALA joining in as well. TheShy pulls in the jungler into the Death Realm and wants to nail him down while the rest of the fight goes on. Shalom Bao flashes away for safety while Rookie hits over the wall, but IG don't have this fight under their belt, and TheShy's just walked into a choke against this team of RNG, shot down by the Mafia Man, and RNG take it all.
And overall, that was just great to see from the side of RNG. TheShy not able to take out Shalom Bao, is able to flash away, kite him out long enough to get to that team fight. Of course, Puff was dead, so that was a numbers advantage fight for RNG. New was already on the rotation over, and just great play. And this is what's so annoying but great about RNG, is they can play to the level of any opponent, but that goes both ways, right?
I was literally about to say that RNG are playing up once again to their opponent. And here we go, Shalom Bao having a great game. And that turn from RNG was beautiful.
Yeah, we see Xiaohu just kind of walking back a very aggressive and greedy way. I don't know if they were setting up for this play already, because we do see New heading down. TheShy comes in, pulls Xiaohu on the Death Realm. Nothing's going to happen here, so we're going to ignore it and see what happens on the other side of the fight. New comes in off the flank. Again, it's a 5v4. Puff is already dead. Ning just goes down outright to Xiaolong Bao. And then also Baolan dying in the wings as well, and just overall clean fight coming out from RNG.
3-1-4 on the Graves, 2-0-2 in that flanking Wukong, and also 2-1-2 now on Xiaohu. We didn't even have to see his hero's entrance, but now when he does make that play, he's set up to be pretty impactful, more so than before.
And this is great to see, because we talked about earlier how it feels like IG's best way to play is being able to get on objectives first, right? They do very good if they can kite out, or like TheShy pulling you into Death Realm, separating you, things along these lines. If you can't get on the objective first, you don't have a way to engage on RNG. And sure, RNG wants to engage onto you, but at the same time, now RNG's 3k gold ahead. They're going to feel great taking every engagement. Next Dragon's up in a minute and a half, and with this Ashe, with this Galio, they are still the ones with proactive tools to attack the map.
And they're hitting 2 items before, you know, the completion of 1. Example for the top side, we got 1.5 there, and TheShy has optimized into Seeker's Arm Guard, Nash's Tooth on the way. Just trying to pick up his first. While with this Herald, bit more gold to RNG if they can take down this turret. Rookie's left to defend, but RNG have backup if they need it.
Ooh, Baolan like is really looking aggressive, but as we can see on our mini-map, Xiaohu was heading down. Obviously, IG didn't have vision on him, but you don't see him anywhere else, so realistically, where could he be?
Well, even got the second charge. Rookie tried to time Scatter the Week, but was unsuccessful. And a really good look for RNG, but now IG on the back foot 17 minutes in. We know what IG are as a team. Their playstyle will always be fight and fight until we run out of breath, and even then, die until we run out of breath. And this will be interesting to see how we go at this next Dragon, because IG aren't ones to back away just because they can't or shouldn't.
Yep, and now we're going to see lane set up with New on top side, which makes sense for the fact that Dragon's going to come up. New should start walking bot right now if RNG want to contest, though since his TP is up soon, as long as RNG can kind of threaten a potential engage and buy New enough time, it does look like his TP will actually be up.
Well, he's buying time for now as he walks down through the choke. IG.
And I like that as well, because don't even waste TP if you don't have to.
Yep.
So IG get the setup on the objective first. Pup is going to be able to throw down this poke.
Scatter the Week sent out. It was onto Ming. Not enough damage. New will be spotted out here on this ward. But now IG are in the middle of the ocean, and RNG are the sharks ready to devour. Xiaohu wants to angle in with the Shield of Duran, but won't for now. Scatter the Week targets him down. Dragon being started, but IG are burning through health bars.
GALA's low, though. GALA's already half HP. Could be quite risky for him to go forward.
As Baolan will find New on the flank, brings him into the enemy team, but New, that's only the clone. Shielded Duran to zone away. The Dragon does go down to IG, but they commit a lot as TheShy's in the death realm with Xiaohu Bao. Death Grasp will pull him on in. The jungler gets him, though, and RNG with a net win as True Shot Barrage through the line. Unleash power onto Xiaohu, but he gets Puff before dying as Ming now, with grey health, survives, flashes over the wall, and RNG will take that 2-for-1.
But still, IG are the ones to get the Dragon, and we see how this works, right? We haven't actually seen Mordekaiser's utilized in a great way. Like,
Smite, down with the ulti and down with the sickness. Xiaohu Bao's like, what are you doing? Puff now left on his lonesome, and RNG even with low health bars. I think Puff shouldn't be here. New with one more auto, but exhausted down, he has to flush away. RNG still threatening, but trying to find something they shouldn't.
That was confusing, but still exciting to see Puff play so aggressive. Ning, not so much, and man, I feel like Ning's so cursed. He starts finally looking great. We all start praising him, and then he's just kind of like, sorry
Shouldn't
guys,
have said anything.
I need to remind you why, I'm not going to keep going, actually.
the T comes out. Yeah. It's on one of the players at a time. But, oh no, it can't be on both in the same game.
I love that we saw IG, having TheShy pull Xiaohu Bao into the death realm, allowing Ning to pick up the Dragon very easily, and that's always going to be a tool available for them.
Well, we'll see another one in 3 minutes 30, but I want to focus on RNG right now. Lyric still waiting for the hero's entrance. Of course, we did see it in the last fight, but see RNG with a proactive engage. Last time was a bit of a messy skirmish. Still fun to watch.
It was very weird that we just saw GALA throw out the arrow. I think it was on Baolan right away. No one was even in range to follow up.
Oh, there you go. Through Puff. Ezreal, Arcane shifts away. Not that he needed it. Flash shielded Dragon, locks down 2, and they're still on to Puff. He gets burnt down. And Baolan in the mix. Now with the Haymaker shield. Gonna go down to GALA as well. 2 already drop into the death realm with Xiaohu. But Ning comes back in to kill Xiaohu Bao and pays the iron price. Royal never give up. True to their namesake, but now onto TheShy. GALA's the AD carry that this team needs. As it's through the mid lane that IG are trying to win this game, but the whole team's dead while Rookie gets the top laner.
I gotta say, it's amazing to see RNG play so proactively, pick up all these kills, but once again, it's Rookie against the world.
The 2-1-2 Syndra trying his heart out. But Ning is not having a great game, and TheShy can't do a damn thing.
I do want to say, again, IG's draft does look a bit rough. It shouldn't be at this much of a disadvantage. It looks rough in the sense there's no way to engage, but man, we've heard from Ning before in interviews. Sometimes they'll just draft pick champions that they like and feel comfortable with, and at the end they'll be like, oh, these don't really go together. But here, they found the pick like you already talked about. Overall, great taunt coming out from Xiaohu after the Enchant Crystal Arrow whiffed. And the thing I love about RNG in situations like this, they're always willing to walk forward as a team and set these kinds of plays up.
As GALA picks up the triple here in the end as well. And TheShy dies his 4th time, but RNG looking swift here. As Rookie does get the shutdown onto New. While we return to live, Ming is going to be unleashed power on with Scatter the Weak, but the damage, no follow-up here. Baolan's going to take the arrow. Shield of Duran means he's dead. 0-5. 16 kills for RNG with a 5k gold lead, and they only want to go forward in front of this. Baron as the flank from New sets up the ultimate punch down from Xiaohu. Puff against the wall, against the world, and against the monkey. He will die as well, and now the Baron on the menu.
Yeah, RNG going to be able to force this. TheShy does have Death Roam, so it does open up some interesting possibilities. I like that RNG aren't going for it, because can you imagine a world where TheShy just pulls Xiaohu Bao to Death Roam and Ning suddenly comes in, ults in the pit out of nowhere, steals?
Somehow the game's back.
It would be crazy, but...
You know why the blue buff's like that, right? Rookie's tilted.
Understandably so, but... Yeah, this is one of those games where you look at IG's draft and... Like, there's things about it you don't like, but there's definitely no, like, justification for it being 7k gold down at 20 minutes, right? Like, a lot of its problems I feel like you run into in the mid-game or even, like, falling slightly behind I can understand because I feel like RNG have more pressure points to, you know, get a gold lead, but all of IG's problems come from lack of engage.
Telephone. Okay. We've taken down the Dragon timers now. I mean, Dragon is up.
This has just been mistakes, a lot from Ning and even a bit from Puff and Baolan.
Yep.
I'd say more so from Baolan than Puff, but...
And we're getting version 1 of Invictus Gaming, where RNG, some of their most comprehensive team play, as they walk towards River. Dragon is up.
Xiaohu has Ghost, too, so keep your eye on that. Doesn't matter that he doesn't have Ultimate. He can get in the middle of the fight very easily. Oh, wow, just great. Great, and this is what we talked about, right? We said IG need to be on the objective first, and that's the reason. So then Puff can freely throw out this poke, and then RNG can't engage onto them.
Can they threaten Baron, though?
No.
Okay. That's the important point.
I mean, I guess can they? Yes. Should they? Probably not. Not probably not. I'd say no.
At least RNG control the vision around this area at the very least. IG will reset, now being on Soul Point, which will make things a lot more difficult. You talked about the potential scaling and how, you know, if they are on that objective first, they can't be approached. So I'll be curious to see how IG go from here.
Let's remember that RNG don't have a ton of AP damage either. Sure, Xiaohu will hit like a truck at this point because of how far ahead RNG is, but you think about the longer this game goes, they're stacking mountains. As soon as they start buying MR, one MR item, Xiaohu's not going to really do much.
And the rest, you got armor.
Exactly. We already see them stacking armor for the other members, right? We see both TheShy and Ning, even Baolan starting to get there.
I mean, and Ezreal with Iceborne and then Death's Dance, right, is pretty unkillable as RNG. However, are going to be starting this Baron to threaten off. Now, can they do it quick enough before IG get here?
It looks like IG still don't even realize it's happening. They're kind of moving over, but very slowly. RNG are going to get it.
Yep, walking in, a little bit late from Ning, and Channelik's arrow flashed away from him. He wants to steal, but not in time now for the fight. The Death's Grasp pulls on in as TheShy wants the Death Throw into the back line. Baolan gets a 4-man face breaker. The AoE set up as Rookie on the outside of the pit, dodging away from you, but RNG are getting corrupted by the tainted minds of Invictus Gaming.
I mean, overall, the sad thing is a lot of members of RNG didn't have Flash. They could have just flashed out of the pit, had that Baron. Those tools weren't available. You look at all the AoE for the side of IG, very easy to claim that fight. And guess what? We keep saying no engage, lack of engage. You don't need engage if they're stuck in the pit.
Hey, we've said this so many times with IG's draft. Where's the engage? And it ends up being someone like Rookie or even Baolan.
Well, the engage here was RNG's decision to do Baron. And again, look at the tooltip at the bottom. GALA, no flash. Xiaohu, no flash. Xiaolongbao, no flash. Only Ming and Nu would be able to get this Baron and get out safely. The rest are pretty much confirmed dead. Look at all this AoE coming out from IG.
Even the Haymaker on a support at this point does so much damage.
Of course, it's just massive. And this is right, hitting down the middle, getting that true damage as well. IG overall, nice to find these kills. You still have Baron on Xiaolongbao, though.
Yes. And the gold lead,
so,
of course.
Realistically, it doesn't feel like you'll be able to use that to push down any structures, but you can at least try to get map control through having Xiaolongbao show in mid, push mid, get vision control down bot side, then play for Dragon.
I mean, with that Baron sneak, RNG should have been able to calmly close out the game from there, right? At least to some regard, having more control and getting to that 10k gold lead.
Yes, definitely. And I mean, they're still at a 6k gold lead, right?
Yeah,
so
they're still in control of this game, to a degree. However, now, IG are looking for picks. Rookie building up the orbs, ready to unleash hell. And we're going to start talking about some items from Invictus Gaming. RNG, of course, hit their almost 3-item troughs here with Xiaohu getting towards Morel and Omicron, but I believe we'll be going Void Staff.
I'm actually just surprised we're not seeing Puff go towards Death's Dance at this point, just from the fact that it is Mountain Drake, Mountain Rift, because right there they are stacking up so many of these. It's what helps so much. Does feel like one of those games where they should be a bit versatile. Doesn't really feel like he necessarily needs to rush the Blade of the Rune King in this situation.
Yep. At the very least, seeing some of those core armor items. You've got the Randuin's Omen second here from Ning, so the rest of IG definitely using the Mountain Dragons well. A minute 20 till the soul comes up. The Baron buff on Xiaolongbao will expire in 30 seconds.
Even right now, 147 armor for Puff, so he's pretty tanky.
And it feels bad when you're someone like Xiaolongbao who's done so well this game. At least he has the armor shredding of the Black Cleaver.
Now we look at GALA, though, with that IE coming out on top of the Runon, so going to be dealing a ton of damage. And the great thing for IG right now is they have the vision control. IG don't have any wards to flank either, so we can't expect to see Nu come off with some insane Cyclone on the back line. But RNG are reacting by just trying to 4-man shove mid. Nu is waiting in the wings as well.
And hey, I told you it was 30 kills averaging a game in 2019. We're heading towards that here now as well as GALA going to get the spot. Enchanted Arrow is available. Xiaohu also has the hero's entrance, new with his ulti, but no flash. 30 seconds till that comes up. Look at where Xiaohu is behind enemy lines, but Sky Splitter. Ning has an idea. IG separated for now, but RNG have the inside track towards mid if the next wave comes in.
Ooh, but so RNG going to push out this wave. I don't expect them to commit, because remember, this would be Soul if IG get this dragon.
Yep. Be worth losing a turret for, maybe. Maybe.
Wow, RNG are committing.
Okay, well, news here. Xiaohu's here, Shalom Bao's here. Baolan's zoning off. Turret is going to go down while the Mountain Dragon's going to be started off. Abyssal Voyage brings them in, now exposing inhibitor, but Rookie with Scatter the Weak, True Shot Barrage, Mountain Soul secured. And now RNG have to get out of here, but maybe want to start the fight. Scatter the Weak again, Shield of Drain around the back, hits no one. The arrow onto the front line of TheShy, who's buying time. Xiaohu doing the same there as collateral damage does a bit of damage himself. Rookie, though, scatters the Weak once more and wants to 1v4. Puff survives, now back in the rest of the fight as Yu's in the middle of 3. A great little face breaker by Baolan, and that's Soul for 2 for 2.
Overall, 2 big things for me. One, great job by IG to control vision, set up that play in time, do a great job of making sure no one from RNG can walk in. The second thing is, man, that was such a confusing play from RNG, trying to take one turret and commit to contesting Drake.
I feel like you just run it down mid and keep going.
You at least commit to one. I definitely stand by the line of thinking that it's much better to be a decisive team than necessarily a smart team. Like, of course, if you could be both, that's, you know, that wins that wins world titles, but at least commit to one. Instead, going for the mid turret, so they're already coming in. We already see IG. We already highlighted how many resistances they have, right? In such a good position. Rookie dealing so much damage. You can see hitting multi-man Scatter the Weaks, hitting these Qs. Great ultimate coming out as well. Puff taking out Xiaohu on the back end of the fight. And, you know, no one can get on top of Ezreal at this point. Very easy for IG to finish this fight out.
Baolan had a rough early game. You know, he's died 6 times. But in that fight as well, much like the one in front of Baron, all you have to do is land that key ulti and get a good face breaker. And you're the eye of the team. As for Invictus Gaming, Rookie as well in that fight.
We're in a weird world where IG have Soul. IG are down 11 kills. They're down 6k gold. But it feels like they're controlling the game.
Yeah, and they got a Baron.
Have Soul, right?
The Baron's coming up in 15 seconds. This is going to be the true test. Because the 33% damage Syndra
90% KP.
Woo. He needs to die for RNG to get control back at this game.
And we need to remember he does have Banshee's Veil, and we've seen the impact of that, right? No one able to just cleanly lock down Rookie.
Enchanted Arrow is back up and available, though, for GALA. As IG partially group mid while
TheShy is making his way up.
He's going to be spotted out there. Now, Banshee's Veil's gone. Abyssal Voyage.
GALA
needs to send in the ulti. Flashes away. GALA layers it down, but hits Ning. Now for IG at full health bars. They re-engage. Shalom Bao in the pit. Hex Flash over. Baolan just threatening. RNG have to back away from this. IG get river priority.
Oh, God.
And Xiaohu going to be eaten up. Nicely done by Ming.
Yep, nice shot by Ming. And that's 2 ultis down for the side of RNG, but you did get Flash from Rookie, so that could be pretty massive, right? Those cooldowns definitely way less valuable than Flash.
Depends on what happens next. I think IG are going to be backing away from the objective. Yes, you don't do it as quick as someone like RNG would.
You definitely do not. Now we're just going to be in reset territory, and I'm just wondering where IG look next, right? Because IG are the ones with Soul. Are IG just going to wait for Elder, do the same thing again, right? Force a 5-man push mid, get their vision down, and then just threaten RNG walking in with all of Puff's poke?
Because we'll be at that point when we have a 4-item Ezreal, 4-item Syndra, 3-item Mordekaiser. And so some pretty big damage items that'll come online.
This is going to be a very strange game where we could end up with IG winning with even gold just off the fact that RNG are still winning 6k, right? Like, even if RNG start pushing down mid, take all the structures, it'd be about even. I'm interested to see that gold graph afterwards, but point is right now, it does feel like we're very much waiting for the next Elder. RNG still have tools if they want to, you know, push down mid, try and get vision in the bot side jungle. I guess not right now because Baron's still up, so you're going to want to wait another minute for that. But, you know, get vision down in both river sides and try and find a pick with the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Of course, that would be up to IG making a mistake and walking too far forward.
Which I wouldn't put down as a maybe something that could happen.
The great thing is we can see now they're just continuously getting
hang
pressure.
on, Flash into the ult for Xiaohu and Bao. IG want to start this one off. New is spotted out with the flank, and TheShy has done nothing on Xiaohu and Bao. Xiaohu is in the back as well. Baolan, you mentioned, he runs into New. He's low. A good face breaker as well, but it sets up for the hero's entrance. But Xiaohu only manages to kill TheShy. There's a lot of poke damage down onto New. RNG have the numbers advantage for now, but they don't have control of mid with Rookie at full health.
And now all their engage options are down. And the thing is, Rookie's been playing great.
Oh my god! Yes, he has. Continue.
And overall, though, who's going to kill Puff now?
Yeah.
No one. They have no way of getting on Puff.
There's that extra potency for IG. We were talking a lot about Rookie, but Puff is at that point as well.
And remember when we also talked about in draft, like, hey, maybe RNG will just stack more engage onto Ming, get him on something else that can, you know, combo with this composition, because we've seen, like, hey, other than the one Abyssal Void to try and create a pick, I actually don't feel like it contributes as much relatively to what RNG's comp's goal is compared to something that would provide more engage.
Okay.
And Ming's played great on this pick. Ming has looked great. Both Ming and GALA have been playing so well this game, but we need to see them find a kill on, even if they kill Rookie, right? The question to me is, how do they kill Puff?
It feels like consistently throughout the game, RNG have played better, bar a couple of moments where IG have taken controllers. Shalomar going to get spotted out. Here's the Abyssal Void you wanted to see, but where is it gone? And Chan across the arrow, nails down as Ming's over the wall. They're behind as New's in there as well. Ning sends up his ulti, but it's a triple knockup as TheShy comes in, and New doesn't have the backup of RNG. Puff safe on the back line. True Shot Barrage hit through, and Rookie's too big. RNG getting collapsed, and Invictus Gaming do what IG do every single week.
And absolutely amazing from Rookie to kite out that engage. And as you said, TheShy playing so well, Ning picking up that first kill. And guess what? Now IG get an Elder, and this should be a clean close for IG after this.
And potentially, right, the Baron to nail on top is just the icing on cake for how that fight went. You have to kill Rookie. You have to kill Puff. Both of them survive, among other members. And Invictus Gaming take it all. Elder in hand with a Mountain Soul. And this game felt like it was over 15 minutes ago in favor of RNG.
We were like 8K gold up for RNG. They were using their proactive tools extremely well, but they weren't able to convert those into like real neutral objectives like Dragon or Baron. IG just kept saying, okay, we'll take the free Dragon despite being 6K gold down. Then when RNG started trying to run into them, again, they were never able to get off a great engage, which I also don't think is necessarily at the detriment of RNG. Rookie has been playing these fights so well, even here. Great job by IG as a whole, right? Ning with a great ultimate as well. Baolan there to create a bit of chaos in space. Lets Rookie get away. Now it's a 5v4. Look at Puff to the side. Just dealing all this free damage. No one able to get onto him is able to E forward, and now IG just win.
Just to watch them fight a team that in 2018, it was through individual power through lanes.
You know what's hilarious? Just interrupt you real quick.
Go for it.
Elder and Baron are now down as well. Kills are close to even. RNG are still winning.
They're still ahead by 1K gold, right?
Holy cow. Now keep going, sir. I'm sorry.
I was just saying, but now how IG play team fights, another part of their kit that is so threatening.
Yeah, and the thing is, right, we've seen IG consistently get in the position they want of forcing RNG to come into them, but also just mechanically playing so well a lot of these fights. And this was despite a lot of the errors we saw Baolan and Ning making early on. Ning going in a lot of places he shouldn't go.
Yet they brought it back anyway. Gold now even for the first time in a very long while in this game, and they've found New with the scat of the week. The flash from Ning. The Wukong's dead. The Elder execute. A 5 versus 4. RNG will get ended here because another scat of the week with TheShy forward. Baolan's off in nowhere because he's ready for this flank. And Invictus Gaming, watching them is the opposite of watching paint dry. It's that quick to your demise as GALA and Ming against the wall. They'll be executed as well. And that's all she wrote for game one with a comeback out of nowhere for Invictus Gaming.
And Rookie is too damn good at League of Legends. His scout of the week is setting up most of these kills.